Ordinarily, when we show an old TV clip, it's happy news, or at least it's silly news. Not sadly tonight.
Now, News Center 5 tonight. Your complete news update with Natalie Jacobson, Chet Curtis, meteorologist Dick Albert, and Keith Olbermann on sports. Reporting live from New England's News Center, Natalie Jacobson and Chet Curtis.
Good evening.
That's 30 years ago this summer, and today came the sad news that Chet Curtis has died. If you are in or from New England, this is a devastating thing. If you had the privilege of working with him, as I did briefly, it is worse than that, and there are no words to describe how much worse. If you didn't know him, you missed someone special. 10 years into his career, in 1972, Chet Curtis started anchoring the news in Boston. He only stopped last year when he got sick. He was the best. Simply put, he and his co-anchor, and for nearly all of their time on the air, his wife, Natalie Jacobson, were the best co-anchors I have ever seen. Only place I ever worked where the rest of the staff stopped what they were doing to actually watch the newscast. Not long after I got to Channel 5, Chet took me out to dinner. On the way, he had to stop to do a quick interview that was to air on our 11 o'clock newscast. He loved to report as well. It was a summer Friday night, and Boston was deserted. No pedestrians, no traffic. Yet the moment Chet and the cameraman set up, dozens of people appeared out of nowhere. I mean, I thought they were coming up out of the sewers. They formed a semicircle around the camera, and they watched Chet ask his 3 questions, and when he was done, they broke out in applause. I never saw anything like it before and never since. He was the best, and all that crowd wanted to do was to tell him so. And at dinner, I asked Chet, how on earth do you get used to stuff like that? And he laughed and he said, don't. Because the day after I got used to it, I walked into this very restaurant where I had eaten 1,000 times before, and everybody knew me, and they had a staff outing or something, and they had fill-ins, and I walked in here, and nobody recognized me, and nobody eating recognized me, and my heart almost stopped. I thought I had somehow destroyed my career. So, and he laughed again, don't get used to it. And when people take the time to show they like your work, don't act like you're used to it. One of the greatest pieces of advice ever. And I can't tell you how much I absorbed just watching him. And if I could tell you his stories of the greats of Boston news and sports, of Tom Ellis's suits without pockets, and the other newscaster who was like Wally Pipp, and how I played him a clip of Catfish Hunter saying, "Marm feels real good." And thereafter, every day, Chet asked me, "Keith, how's your marm?" It would take hours.
There's a sobering thought. If history repeats itself, you still won't be as old as I am when the American League wins again.
Yes, that's right, Chet.
Chet Curtis had pancreatic cancer. He fought it bravely and with humor. He was 74 years old. Thank you, Chet.